Welcome back, my friends. The collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore may be the largest ever marine insurance payout, Lloyd's boss says. Bruce Carnegie Brown, chair of insurance giant Lloyd's of London, told CNBC that the payout from the Baltimore Bridge collapse and its knock-on effects could be the largest ever marine insured loss. He added that it would still be within the realistic disaster scenario planning of the insurance and reinsurance industry. Morningstar DBRS analysts said in a Wednesday note that insured losses could total between $2 billion and $4 billion. And please hit the like button and leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. The collapse of a major Baltimore bridge and its knock-on effects could result in the biggest ever marine insurance payout, the chair of insurance giant Lloyd's of London said on Thursday. For those of you not familiar, the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore recently experienced a tragic incident. Here are the key details. The cause: a cargo ship collided with one of the bridge's pillars, leading to its collapse. Were there fatalities? 6 construction workers, who were on the bridge at the time, are presumed dead. The victims hailed from Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. The bodies of Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes from Mexico and Dorlean Roniel Castillo Cabrera from Guatemala have been recovered. The other 4 workers remain missing and are presumed deceased. What about search and recovery? Search efforts have been paused due to safety concerns. The vehicles are encased in concrete and debris, making it unsafe for divers. Once salvage operations clear the debris, divers will continue searching for more remains. Is there an investigation? The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, is leading the investigation. The cargo ship, named Dolly, was carrying hazardous material. The probe could take up to 12 to 24 months to complete. What will be the impact of this tragic accident? The collision has indefinitely halted the flow of ships in and out of Baltimore. Rebuilding the bridge won't be quick or easy, but it's a priority. What is the global significance? Maryland Governor Wes Moore emphasized the bridge's importance in worldwide trade, calling the collapse a global crisis. This tragic event has significant implications for both local and international transportation. Authorities are working diligently to understand the cause and address the aftermath. The loss of life and disruption to trade underscore the critical role that infrastructure plays in our interconnected world. Analysts have forecast that insured losses from the disaster would amount to a figure in the single-digit billions, after a huge cargo ship crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge on Tuesday. 6 people were presumed dead. We're beginning to deploy resources in anticipation of this being a very substantial claim for the industry. And for the Lloyd's market, it's going to take some time for the complexity of the situation to unravel, Bruce Carnegie Brown told reporters. So it's very early days to call a number. I don't at this point anticipate that it's outside our realistic disaster scenario planning. It feels like a very substantial loss, potentially the largest ever marine insured loss, but not outside parameters that we plan for. Carnegie Brown added that while there would clearly be claims for the ship, cargo, and the bridge, it is second-order impacts that would become substantial. A lot of business is going to be interrupted. Supply chains are going to be interrupted by ships that are both trapped inside the port, and of course, ships that were trying to gain access to the port that no longer can. And those second-order effects will take some time to work through, he said. The Baltimore Bridge collapse may generate largest ever marine insured loss. Lloyd's of London chair. Baltimore is the 11th biggest port in the U.S. and the country's busiest for the import and export of autos and light trucks. Supply chain operators are scrambling to minimize the impact on trade. Morningstar DBRS analysts said in a Wednesday note that insured losses could total between $2 billion and $4 billion, depending on the length of time that the port is blocked. Such a figure would surpass the current highest amount, which was paid out from the capsizing of the Costa Concordia cruise ship in 2012. Various insurance policies are likely to be triggered across marine liability and hull, property, cargo, and business interruption. Despite the hefty insured losses, we expect they will remain manageable for the insurance industry, as they will involve a large and diversified pool of well-capitalized insurers and reinsurers. Morningstar said, Barclays puts the potential insurance claims between $1 billion and $3 billion. But the Baltimore Bridge collapse won't be straw that broke the camel's back. According to at least one economist, the Singapore-flagged container vessel was chartered by Danish shipping giant Maersk and was carrying its customers' cargo, but it was operated by charter vessel company Synergy Group. Early reports suggest the ship lost power before hitting the bridge. Investigations will be carried out by authorities in both Singapore and the U.S. to establish legal liability, as part of a complex process that could take months or years. Maersk will have had liability cover as the charterer, rather than as the operator of the vessel. David Osler, shipping and commodities principal analyst at Lloyd's List Intelligence, told reporters earlier this week. Several global autos firms have said they are assessing the impact of the tragedy on their operations and expect to have to reroute trade, therefore extending some delivery times. Many say they do not expect major disruption at present. Barclays analysts said in a Wednesday note that German autos manufacturers BMW, Mercedes, and Volkswagen are most exposed, as European imports accounted for 40% to 50% of U.S. sales in recent years. BMW told CNBC that the incident would not impact material supplies for its U.S. plant, and that the company was in contact with its logistics partner regarding imports. Volkswagen said its port operations were located on the seaboard side of the bridge and would not be impacted, but noted that it may face trucking delays. Mercedes noted that other entry ports, such as Brunswick, Georgia, would help ease import pressures. Mercedes-Benz USA CEO says that it is too early to see the effects of the Baltimore bridge collapse on business. While there will be near-term disruptions in auto imports and exports, I'm confident that Customs and Border Protection, regional ports, and terminal operators will work closely with the auto industry to identify optimal shipping alternatives until the Port of Baltimore resumes vessel operations. Mitch Merriam, Vice President of Borders and Maritime Security at K2 Security Screening, told reporters by email, "The Port of Baltimore is going to suffer in the short term, but plans are already underway to divert and accommodate the additional traffic at other East Coast ports, including Philadelphia, Norfolk, Savannah, and Charleston. All of them can handle cars and light trucks. The port handles a wide range of goods, including sugar and gypsum, and is used by retailers such as Home Depot, IKEA, and Amazon." But what do you think? Please hit the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. And before we end, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is ProWorldNet.com. ProWorldNet.com is a job website specifically dedicated to licensed professions. Doctors, including any type of specialty. Nurses, and that includes all grades of nurses. Lawyers, regardless of area of legal focus. Teachers and professors, from kindergarten through graduate school, as well as any kind of job that requires a government license or certification. And ProWorldNet.com also includes short-term gig-type jobs as well. So be sure to check out ProWorldNet.com if you are looking for a job or an employee. Thank you for watching.